Welcome back, everybody, to the business transformation stage. Right now with me, I have Radu Vilceanu. He's the CEO and founder of ContentSpeed. Radu is a true visionary. He has chosen e-commerce as his main focus for over 20 years, and we're really happy to have him together with us today. He founded in 2003 ContentSpeed, who has become through the years a market-leading provider of software for e-commerce. Radu, thank you so much for joining us today in this virtual stage. The microphone is yours.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So, as Andrei said, we've been doing e-commerce for almost 20 years now. And until this year, we were working mainly for pure online players and for brick and mortar small and medium companies and some enterprises. In a word, we were working for the early adopters of e-commerce to do e-commerce and e-commerce experiments. But now what we see is that the enterprises, the big companies, are entering the market, and we think that they will help us reach early majority for e-commerce now. Also ContentSpeed is changing because let's say 5 years ago, we were providers of tools for e-commerce like the online store or the B2B portal. And now we offer much more to enterprises that want to easily and rapidly adopt all the digital sales channels that are now available. And basically, it's all about our title today, and that is Radical Digital Transformation through e-commerce. But to make this shorter, we called it the Digital Factory. And I'm here today to tell you more about it. I'll load my presentation in a sec. Okay. So, is it visible now? I hope so. So what is this Digital Factory I mentioned? It's all about digital transformation. It is a complex process of digital transformation that will refactor your company's objectives and roadmap. It is a balance between customer touching points, and those are, let's say, physical stores or TV ad or a newspaper ad, and customer behavior that now acts on the mobile phone, the desktop computer, even watches or tablets, or more recently devices connected through the Internet of Things. To go further, the Digital Factory is a roadmap with 6 stages that will help you redefine detailed aspects of digitalization. First step, as we see it, is customer understanding. We have to do buyer personas and understand their behaviors first. Then the second step would be customer touch points. Customers are multi-format and multi-channel. We draw customer journeys and do strategy for each channel. Number 3 is digitalization. So we draw a digital ecosystem and identify points where to go digitized. Number 4 is data and performance, because first we set the KPIs to follow and make the company data-driven. Number 5 is process digitalization. We implement the process with websites and mobile apps. Growth strategy is final step before going to market, and that is we help you define your digital strategy for growth. So this Digital Factory is an advanced program of digital transformation for enterprise companies mainly, who accelerates the process of digitalization by implementing e-commerce platforms, mobile apps, advanced and tailored connectivity to several technologies like the company's ERP system, for instance. In short, it's time to market because our solutions are on the shelf. It's personalization because every business is different and needs a specific approach. It's premium associated services because we put you in contact with our team of experts. And it's top class implementation because, as you'll see, we have a process that we have developed over the years to do implementation fast. Now, you could ask, why go digital? And I'm sure there's a lot of talk about digital today in GoTech, but I have to say that in 2020, the humankind faced a lockdown moment for several months that turned businesses from pure offline to 100% digital. And I've seen it myself in ContentSpeed. The customers didn't disappear, they just went online, and you need to be where your customers are. So in order to go digital, you should first train your team to be fully digital savvy. And we learned that we have to provide digital expertise and transfer knowledge to your top management team first. Then you should get faster results with experts that have already achieved digital success. We have almost 20 years experience in software solution delivery for e-commerce at ContentSpeed. You should also make your strategy closer to your customers. We help you understand your customers and serve their needs, as well as we focus on customer retention tools. And lastly, you should use a top technology, a custom developed platform, single core app infrastructure. Also, cloud should be your first choice. Now, how do we do all this? This is a good question. We have a process here. So first, we identify the needs of the business and focus on growth. We conduct several audits of business objectives, communication, marketing, online, and technical. Then we allocate the best experts to work on your project, having in-depth experience in IT, digital marketing, e-commerce, customer retention, and data analytics. Then we customize an ecosystem suitable for your needs by implementing e-commerce platforms, mobile apps, and several business integrations. Last but not least, we work together. You will have a dedicated account manager and a dedicated project manager to drive the implementation. And then together we define your data, set up objectives and implementation plan, and all together to accelerate your growth under a tailored digital strategy. Now, the digital ecosystem that I'm referring to looks like this. I tried not to get technical, but this is the only technical part, I hope. You will see that we have this piece, this red piece called the e-commerce connector. That's how we integrate with the company's software already in place, like the ERP or the CRM or suppliers. And then those red parts below are the B2C solution that can also have a mobile app attached to it. And also now you can have your own marketplace solution like Amazon. And then there's the B2B solution and the B2B mobile app. And those are mainly for distribution companies or manufacturers. Also, this e-commerce connector helps you synchronize it with all the popular marketplaces like Emag, Shell, Altex, Vivre, or Amazon in all countries. So this is just to see how ecosystem looks like in terms of engineering. Now, the key services that we do is, as I mentioned, implementation. So we do end-to-end solutions, web design, implementation, ERP integration. We do mobile apps. This is a 2020 development for ContentSpeed, and we entered this because the usage of mobile apps on websites, of mobile devices on websites are now, in some cases, more than 80%, and the mobile apps do better in terms of conversion. Also, we do API development. Basically, we integrate anything from couriers to ERPs, and we either use custom API development or now we're using robot process automation to do implementation as well. Then we do maintenance, and that is keeping all the systems up to date, all integrations always functional, and this is monthly, and we deliver new features, security updates, and new integrations. Also, in the range of key services, we do strategy. We help you build your own digital strategy based on our experience of those 20 years. We do digital immersion. We drive you through digital world by organizing digital workshops and trainings in order to get your team up to date on all the recent developments in digital. We do project management. We ensure a certified project management system. And lastly, we do data analytics. We help you organize your data. Now, why would you work with us? We have five advantages here. First one is portfolio. You see, being almost 20 years in the market help us work with market leaders, with big brands, and our portfolio is the most important in the market at this point. Multiple specific solutions, that is, we have software as a service approach, but this is for B2C, but we also do B2B portals. We'll have specific solutions for online pharmacies. And last but not least, we have everything in place for offline retailers to become digital, to get omni-channel stores with the click and collect feature. Also, because we're almost 20 years in, we have integrations with almost everything local. And first, I'm referring to point of sale software that is used, let's say, by offline retailers, but with ERP solutions, more than 35 ERP solutions that are available in the Romanian market or integrate easily with our platform. We use the cloud infrastructure, and this is, we love Black Friday, you know, which will happen tonight. So using a cloud infrastructure is mandatory in order to be able to accommodate all the traffic. And lastly, the team is our advantage because we are certified, more than 35 people, and we only do e-commerce. Now, the tools that we've done so far are, firstly, this e-commerce connector that I mentioned. This is to accommodate more than one digital sales channel. And what it does is integrates with ERP, CRM, and everything. And then you can manage the product information in a single point and stores, let's say, product pictures in a single point. And then you can choose what product goes to what sales channel. Where you can either send the product to a B2C, to an online store from another country, or to a marketplace through marketplace integration, or distributed with the B2B portal. And also, this e-commerce connector centralizes all orders and all information about customers. Then, first step to become digital could be a premium B2C website. So we've done at least 1,000 of those. I already mentioned all the local integrations, but what I like to add now is that we are becoming international. We have 7 languages that can be used to sell in different countries. We also have the click and collect feature that is advanced and suits perfectly with the process that we met with traditional retailers that we already work with. Of course, we have a fidelity program support built in, because the first customers of a new offline retailer website will be the existing customers. Lastly, I have to mention that we now have developed all the promotion types that are used by online pure players and also by traditional players. Then, if you have already a B2C website, what you need to add, we think, is the mobile app. Mostly, the most benefit of this is that, the most important benefit is that you can do super efficient marketing through push notifications. And also you can deliver higher conversion rates because the user experience in mobile apps, in mobile native apps, is better sometimes than in websites. Then, to even go further with your B2C sales channel, you can add a marketplace feature. So first scenario for a marketplace could be to integrate products from different suppliers without holding stocks. And then when an order is placed, you get the product from the supplier and deliver it to the customer. Another scenario could be to integrate products from different vendors but they will ship the orders to your customers using your invoice and your courier. And last, this number 3 scenario is basically like Emag, which is a transparent marketplace who shows customers that the product is sold by a specific vendor, and then the vendor delivers the order, gets the money, and then pays a commission. Now we're going a little bit into B2B. B2B, these are companies that are distributors, importers, or manufacturers mostly. And the B2B store is like a digital assistant for traditional sales agents that take orders normally. This will save time and money, and by getting orders from recurring customers easily. It will ease the communication of traditional promotions by using the digital channels. Normally, you get rid of the frequent question if you have some item on stock, you know, as a distributor. And lastly, you can offer new services to your digital resellers. So you can have a weekly newsletter, or you can offer product feeds for them to integrate in their own websites, or product details like images and so on and so forth. But even you can offer an online store with your products already published to your resellers. All right. Now, what is specific to ContentSpeed is our update process. You see, we do updates every month. So all our 500 plus customers get updates every month. And when a new feature is available, all customers get notified, and they can turn the feature on from the administration module without any development being needed. We offer updates also for legal compliance, integrations with at least 100 other software vendors like Google, Facebook, and all of this with a fixed annual price. And we work with market leaders, therefore our roadmap is driven by the top performance of the e-commerce market. Now, a little bit about us. We were founded, as Andrei said, in 2003. One of the first of its kind. ContentSpeed has become throughout the years a market-leading provider of software for e-commerce and continues to set the industry standards ever since. The team, as I mentioned, is our #1 asset, and then it's the experience that we had. We had time to experiment in all the different niches of e-commerce. We've done more than 1,500 projects so far, and our technology is developed in-house, and we have full control over it, so we can be very flexible and fast. We have, as I mentioned, we have specific solutions. We target startups as well. We target offline retailers, the pharma industry, distribution, and grocery stores. Some of our customers are big retail brands. I'll mention Sephora, who will have a very big Black Friday campaign tonight. Hope you'll find the offer interesting. Then it's Diverta, Taylor, Fuchs, and so on. In the distribution channel, we work with TerraPlast, Würth, or Blade Motors, for instance, and now with Romstad. And these are our partners for integration, a few of our partners. Some of them are presenting in the GoTech event. Those are already integrated. It's very easy to just configure the feature and then turn it on, as I mentioned. And last but not least, I have to mention the integration with ERP providers. I think this is by far the most important feature in terms of integration of ContentSpeed. Not only we do integration with all these ERPs where our customers keeps stocks, pricing, customer information, and so on and so forth, but we have commercial partnerships with them, and that this means that sometimes we have cooperative offers that the customers can use. In the end, I'd like to show you what I see as a big opportunity, why you should start the digital transformation as soon as possible. This graphic here shows you that e-commerce has reached 10% of total retail in Romania. Of course, this is perfectable because other countries have 20-25% reach of e-commerce already. But what is clear, as you can see from the graphic, is that e-commerce market is only growing, and there's a steady pace that's almost 30%, which is the biggest growth rate in the European Union. So the best time is now to adopt this new channel. That's it. I hope I got your interest, and maybe we can set up a conf call to get into more details now. I'll switch the presentation off and come back to you for Q&A.
Thank you so much, Radu. Thank you for taking us through that journey and for sharing the insights when it comes to e-commerce. To kick it off, firstly, you had a lot of great supporters on My Connector who were watching the talk right now. I'm still encouraging them to place questions over there. And to kick off the question session, how did you guys face the shift from full offline to full online that you mentioned that it hit the Romanian market in 2020? How did you handle all of that?
Well, it was an unscheduled Black Friday period for us because let's see, we do have a lot of pharmacy networks as customers, and those when the lockdown came in, those were practically asking us to turn off their websites because they weren't able to process the orders. There were so many, so it was a revelation in terms of consumer behavior change. I remember that even payments with credit cards increased to almost 30% as opposed to 10-12% on a normal day. So it was a nice test for us, but we got experience from Black Friday. You know, that happens also tonight, so we handled it very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Another follow-up question. You mentioned a little bit about the click and collect feature that you're offering to the regular businesses. Could you get into more details about it just a little bit?
Sure. This it actually has two kinds of implementation. So there's retailers that will process orders placed online, so the customer can place the order online and choose a store from the network to pick the products from, and then go to the store, pick the products from there. But I said there's two approaches to this, because some retailers do processing in each store of the orders, and some retailers do they do the parcels in a warehouse and then deliver the products to each store in order to be picked, right? So this is the click and collect feature in a nutshell. It also has a component for the teams that are in the stores in order to get notified when they have a new order, and so on and so forth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Click and collect is very much used now, and especially in pharmacies, because there's some products like the ones that need a receipt, a recipe, that cannot be sold online. They can only be picked from the physical pharmacy.
That's really insightful. Thank you so much for that. One last question. Where do you see the e-commerce industry heading onto in, let's say, 2030? Where do you see it reaching in comparison to, I don't know, the regular ways of purchasing products?
I see a lot of change. Actually, let's say I hope even in Romania we would reach at least 30%. So e-commerce will be at least 30% of total retail. So it won't be the small baby like it is today. And secondly, I see new integrations, so to say. For instance, we have to look now in China because they have a very strong e-commerce market over there. And for instance, they have something like, if you see a TV ad with a product, we can move the phone like this and it will be added into your shopping cart automatically. So there'll be a lot of features like this in 2030, I'm hoping.
Thank you so much for that. With this, I would like to wrap up today's session. Thank you, Radu. Thank you for taking us through this journey. We're gonna continue with a short networking break. I do encourage you as well to join us on My Connector, network with fellow speakers, fellow participants. I would like to thank Dell Technologies for being the business transformation stage partner, and would also like to thank you, ING Bank Romania, for being the GoTechWorld main partner. Everybody, see you in the networking session and in the expo areas. Thank you so much, Radu.
Thank you for having me today. All the best.
Have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.